Hello, everybody. It's Boxing Bros UK. I'm his Chris. This is my co-host, Andrew, the Boxing Brain.
Hello.
And today's topic is the new undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world, Artur Beterbiev.
Dimitri, Artur Beterbiev.
He won it, guys. He's the undisputed champion. Now, wow. Do you want to take it away, or shall I? Or
yeah, I don't mind it. Oh, where'd you start with this one? I think the first thing I want to say, anyone watching who's maybe new to boxing or wants to kind of learn or doesn't just want to watch the big heavyweights, you know, the knockouts. If you want to look at to absolute elite level, you know, consummate professionals, world-class boxers, hardly any clinching. I think I spotted it maybe twice.
Well, isn't that great? Like, no, hardly any clinching. Oh my God.
Hardly any clinching. Just unbelievable work from two different styles. You've got arguably, and I'm nicking this off of Paul Dempsey, I kind of liked him. He said, you've got Artur Beterbiev, probably the greatest closer I think I've ever seen. Like, unbelievable at closing the ring off against Bivol, who's probably the most exceptional boxer I've seen in many a year, at judging distance, at circling his opponent, at kind of picking his moments, picking his spots, flurries, combinations. His defence, by the way, not enough people are going to be talking about this because they'll go on about Beterbiev's pressure and Bivol's combinations. Bivol's defence, Chris, can we talk about? That guy. Yeah. Because you basically got
practically
one of the most brilliant offensive boxers you'll ever see. The way he stalks and hunts, and he's clever. The way he just touch you with just to kind of touch you a little bit, lull you into false insecurity, and then bang, coming with hard shots against someone with brilliant defence. Like a lot of, and I can see where people are going with it, why they felt, because a lot of the shots Bivol was taking were on the gloves. I mean, he was marked up quite a lot, of course, and he did get caught a few times.
Yeah, because he said his glove was like when he was blocking, Beterbiev was smashing his glove, and the tape and stuff was friction in his face, so he had fucking tiny little cuts on his face from blocking because he was smashing his guard.
Unbelievable defence, like just such a good defensive boxer. And then, you know, I think, you know, a lot of people in and around the social media circuit are sort of, I can see murmuring, starting to say, you know, I feel sorry for Bivol. I get where people are going. Where people are going with this, Chris, is that Bivol had to be perfect to win that fight. It was a kind of high risk, but he had to be perfect for every 12 rounds. And he damn near was. He damn near was perfect for 12 rounds and still didn't win. And also, by the way, that judge giving it 116, 112, well, he giving Bivol 4 rounds. He won the first 2 or 3. What's he doing? Fucking moron.
I know.
So,
but I gave him... I think I gave him the first 4 rounds. I gave Bivol the first 4 rounds.
Yeah, great jab.
It really ebbed and flowed. And the only time Beterbiev really hurt him was it when it was to the body. And I wish he would have thrown to the body more. But obviously, sometimes if he's throwing to the body, he'd get caught to the head. And then Bivol would, I think he through the fight, Beterbiev, he hurt Bivol quite a few times. He got on his bike, he danced around, bobbed and weaved. He managed to always weather the storm and not get stopped. But I really wish he should have gone to the body more. But then after that, like Bivol, what he wasn't doing is like, so when he started standing on the outside, because this is why people are saying a lot of Beterbiev's punches was on the gloves. But on those times, in those rounds, Bivol wasn't doing anything. Like, he landed cleaner punches throughout the round, but like, so he was standing there with his guard up and then Beterbiev would be touching him, following around the ring, constant pressure, bang, bang, hitting him on the arms. And then Bivol would like land a flurry and actually snap Beterbiev's head back or like catch it. And then Beterbiev would be back on the pressure and then he'd cripple him with a body shot. And then, Beterbiev would like one punch to Bivol's 5 and his would hurt more. So it was more, his punches were a lot more harder, devastating and hurt more. Even his jab was like a power punch at some time, and he was doing it like you say, soft, bang, and then he would do it like fast. Yeah. And I just think, but Bivol was great as well because he did try and earn his respect and like stand there, and he did back Beterbiev up a few times. And,
had to combinations.
Yeah, and it's just a shame. Like everyone's saying, it was like Eddie Hearn. It was a close fight, very close. But I've watched the fight. I've watched it 3 times, and I've come out with the same scorecard twice. I got it 16-13 to Arthur Beterbiev. I think I gave him 4. I think I gave him 4 rounds, and there was 1 round that was a draw, and then obviously Beterbiev must have got 7. Was that work out right? 7 rounds or 8 rounds? I can't remember anyway. But that's how I scored it. So there was 3 points in it for me.
It was very close, Chris. I think when you look at the punch stats is interesting because, and I need to say this as well.
It's funny you can say that about the punch stats.
Over 1,000 for a light heavyweight. Look at this. Look at this, everyone. Have a look. 1,023 punches thrown. Now, what's interesting about this, right, is that they both landed pretty much the same, 219 to 233. Nearly double the volume of shots from Beterbiev. Now, argue all you like about, but it's about points scored. I understand that. The work rate, the punch out, people who don't know about boxing, right? When you're throwing those punches, some of them hard power shots, takes it out of you. To throw 1,023 shots at light heavyweight, right, which is a big weight. This isn't like fucking bantamweight. I mean, those sort of stats, 1,023, right? That wouldn't be out of place in like a featherweight. You know, this is at light heavyweight. Like, that's unbelievable. Exactly.
And like I heard, I can't remember who it was, but there was a channel that was like, they said Bivol won, and their argument was, and like, because of the punch stats, and like, because Bivol landed, so Bivol landed twice as many power punches as Beterbiev, So this is their argument. Twice as many power punches. So over the course of the whole fight, Bivol was landing the harder punches. I disagree. So I say that Beterbiev's 23 punches are 4 times harder than the 50 power punches that Bivol landed. That's why he had to land so many power punches to keep Beterbiev back, because he was walking through everything that he was throwing at him. And when Beterbiev was landing his power punches on Bivol, when he landed them, they was hurting him. Like some of them body shots, you could see him crippling and wincing, like he practically ran away. Obviously he did it like, and he stopped like sticking and moving, and he was just like blocking and covering up because I feel like Bivol was very scared to get hit in the body. So he was always having his hands here, and he was only throwing when Beterbiev wasn't throwing towards, like, and that's why he was losing rounds, because he just didn't want to feel them body shots no more. That was his strategy. And I just feel like Bivol, he could have been a little bit busier, but it's easier he's saying that shit. I bet he was fucking knackered, because Beterbiev was doing Beterbiev was doing a Usyk. What people didn't realise is like little steps here, little fake stare. Oh, you're gonna stand there for too long. I'm gonna throw there. I'm gonna throw a jab there in an empty space, so you can't circle around me. Yeah. So even though people don't notice that, they think, why is he throwing the jab in the air? Because that means he has to go that way. And I know he's going that way because he's not going to walk into my arm, or he's going to have to duck under it. And there's all these little subtle things that Beterbiev was doing, and like doing little traps, making Bivol work even harder than he needed to. And he was probably knackered. And it was an absolute great performance from both guys. But I think the whole world's gone mad, and I just can't see that Bivol won that fight. I just can't see it.
The thing is, Chris, right? The thing is, I could sit here and be biased and go, because my prediction was Dimitri Bivol to win by a very, very close, very hard point, split decision. That was my prediction. And a lot of people out there are thinking that that's what it was. So I could sit here and go, look, see, I was right. When I was watching it live, I noticed in quite a few of the later rounds, to kind of sit the sixth round on, what Beterbiev was doing a lot of the time, the last 30 seconds to a minute of the rounds, he was turning it on, upping the pressure.
It was stealing the rounds.
If I was a judge sat there, there's actually Beterbiev's cuter than what people, because everyone go, oh well, Bivol's the technician, and that's what I was kind of build him as, and that's what he is. Yeah. But Beterbiev's cuter than what you think, right? He'll have a cut. He will start slow, but he was stepping on Bivol's front foot to try and put him off a little bit.
Stop the movement,
Stop the movement, because he knows Bivol's going to try and move, and lateral movement and circle around.
Just got to interrupt you there 1 sec. And did Bivol cry like a baby to the referee? No, he did not.
No,
Ben Whittaker.
And he needs massive credit.
Got on with it.
Ben Whittaker, if you're watching this or watching that fight against the Terminator and the Monster, Bivol, even after the decision at the end and all the post-fight interviews, said, look, I had to be perfect out there. I damn near was perfect, and I didn't get the win. I take nothing away from Arthur. Well done to him. Good man. I want the rematch, etc., etc. So good influence there. But Beterbiev is cuter than what you think. So not only that, but he knew that if he then could up the pressure in the last 30 seconds, last minute, that might be the last thing the judges remember. So a couple of those rounds where he won by 2-3 rounds, that might have been what swayed it for the judges. So look, at the end of the day, Chris, whether Bivol had got a narrow decision, whether Beterbiev got a narrow decision, or a draw, which I'm leaning towards, none of them are bad results, because it was that kind of fight. So people just need to chill out. It could have gone either way, and it went towards Beterbiev slightly that way.
And that's it. And it's just like Eddie Hearn, like, I know Frank Warren's like beating you like 15-2 or something, but you can't say robbery every time you lose. And like it's a proper like going in. Like it was a close fight. It's not a robbery. Like, and I can't believe everyone's saying it's a robbery. Like, it's like what is wrong with everybody? It's like it just wasn't a robbery. It wasn't a robbery. Yeah, that scorecard, it was a little wide, but I don't think it was like that wide where everyone's going, oh, disgraceful, because there were so many swing rounds. Like you say, there was loads of rounds, like round 3. I gave it to Bivol, even though my scorecard had a Beterbiev winning. A lot of people gave that round to Beterbiev, and he only really did about 20 seconds of work. But he really put a hurting on him. So the thing what people need to realise, this is not amateur boxing. This is professional boxing. Like, these are the punch stats, but these are the fight stats. How many punches thrown? How many heavy shots? Obviously, Bivol landed more, but Beterbiev's heavy shots, they hurt Bivol a lot more than the other way around. And you can see it. So when you're landing hard body shots on someone and you're landing right hands and they carry on walking forwards and then start fucking smacking you around the ring like Beterbiev was, like he would land a flurry and then Beterbiev would land like a body shot, or he'd hit him on the gloves and he'd fucking send him halfway across the ring because he's trying to back away and he's getting caught on the gloves at the same time and he's smacking him around the ring. So that is effective. That's it.
And the judges tend to go, in my experience, the judges tend to go with the aggressor, with a guy that's forcing the issue, forcing the pressure. That tends to, at the end of the day, there was probably 1-2 rounds in this. If this was a draw, you'd have been like, it was probably the fair result, a draw, actually, for both fighters. If you want to have that argument. There was 2 rounds in it, 116, 114, let's say. There was 2 rounds in it. If it went either way, depending on what you like, whether you like Bivol, the technician, in and out, picked his moments, flurries, some good clean work at times, or the guy that's cutting the ring off, stalking, aggressive, hurtful shots, moving Bivol around the ring. It's what you like, Chris. At the end of the day, it's what you like. What the judges liked was what they saw in the and that's that.
If you look at these stats, pressure, Beterbiev, 45, but like 39, aggression, Beterbiev, 35. Like the only thing Beterbiev was lacking was the power punches. And it was like you say, it's what you like. And it's like when Bivol stopped like sticking and moving, and he just started blocking and then throwing when he finished throwing, or waiting for opportunities to come in. Like that's where he went wrong. And if for most of the round you're moving, he's very good, great footwork, great defense. But if all you're doing is circling around and blocking the punches, even though they're not landing, if they're the only punches that are being thrown, then he's, for me, and obviously the judges, he's winning that round, because you can't just land a combination and because it's landed on the chin, you win because you blocked most of the other punches in the round. And if he's landed and if he's just smashing your arms to bits and smacking you around the ring, even though you're blocking, it's still effective aggression. He's still hurting you. Look at their faces after the fight. Whose face is fucked? Not Beterbiev's. And apparently he got hit with more power. So, like you say, it's what you like. And for everyone to say, it's a robbery, it's this, and people bringing up punch stats and saying, see, he landed most power punches, twice as many power punches, so he won the fight. Throw these punch stats in the bin. Like, don't mean the guidelines, but it doesn't tell the tale of a fight. You don't look at it and think, yeah, we know who won the fight by doing that. It's when you watch it, who's got hurt the most? Who got hurt the most in the fight? Who's nearly got knocked out? That's why you score it round by round. Like I say, it's what you like. And all this robbery business, I wish it would stop, because it's a shame when there actually is a fucking robbery. Like what happened to Nick Ball? That's a fucking robbery. This was a close fight by where the skill was so high. The skill level was so high. When I was watching it, I was like, wow. Like, you've got Bivol fucking dancing around like Nijinsky, the ballet dancer, and he's sticking it on Beterbiev. And Beterbiev is doing his thing, but he's not backing up, he's not scared, he's basically the punches are bouncing off him, and he's still coming forward. It was just such a good fight to watch. It really, really was.
High quality. Yeah.
Like, it just, absolutely. So, what's next?
Well, it has to be the rematch, doesn't it? I know it's so obvious and boring, but it's got to be. It's got to be, hasn't it? I mean, the thing is, where are they going to go after this, right? Bivol, like where are they conceivably? Right, they're the two best in this division by far. This was the undisputed fight. They're not going to fight anybody. Are they? What? Who else are they going to fight? It is.
They beat everybody between them.
Fight Usyk, who come down to cruiserweight. I've heard that.
Yeah.
This.
I'd like that fight, to be fair, but not next.
How about that? rematch, both retire. Why not?
Yeah, for me, like, I just think, like especially not so much Bivol doesn't have to retire yet. Because how old's Bivol?
No, 33.
33. He can stick around, but for me, but if I was Beterbiev, I'd retire now. There's no rematch clause. I'd just retire now. Fuck it.
I'll tell you, do you know what, Chris? He's got nothing to fucking prove to me or anyone. It's up to him. No, if he wants to go up to clean the money, apparently that's what he wants to do.
I'm just trying to get this thing. Yeah, like if I was him, I'd do the rematch because they're going to get a lot of money for it because it was a fucking great fight and everyone wants to see it again. Turkey Ashik's already saying, and he even said he thought fucking Bivol won. Crazy guy. I think he's just agreeing with Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren. You know, got to keep his kids happy, make sure they're all right, and obviously, and he likes, and he's a bit of a wind up. Obviously, Ben Shalom's fighter got fucking put in the hospital. He didn't have a great night of it, did he? But so I think he should do that fight again, and it beats him, vacate all the straps, and then if Usyk beats Fury, I think that they should both meet at cruiserweight and have a fight, and both of them retire. You know,
that's not a bad way to go out, is it? It'll be a big money for both of them as well. So
yeah,
I can see him doing that. Why not?
That'd be a great fight. And did you know, Beterbiev is the last man to put Usyk on his arse?
Yeah, I gather. Well, officially, like legally.
Oh yeah.
But,
yeah. Like in the amateurs, they had that bout, and Beterbiev thought he got robbed in that fight.
I bet he's slightly disappointed he ain't got his 100% KO ratio intact.
Yeah, I know, and that's another thing. Yeah, like Eddie Hearn saying they knew they lost. Yeah, no, Beterbiev has never finished 12 rounds before, so obviously, like they're all going to be a bit nervous because this is new for them. And then when you start thinking, oh, it was really close. Oh, it didn't mean like, oh, we thought we lost. No. And the thing is, like, I know Bivol was celebrating, but like, yeah, it was close. But when you lose the championship rounds, which he did, and he must have known that he did, because he nearly got stopped. I think it was in round 11. He was quite lucky to get saved by the bell. Beterbiev, I think he smacked him after the bell as well. Like just on the bell, like it. You can't, if it's a close fight, it's nip and tuck. Beterbiev's corner said, "You got to knock him out, or we're going to lose. You're down on the cards to win this fight. You've got to knock him out." And he went out there and he won the championship rounds. Bivol went out there, and I think maybe it was fatigue. He just went out there and just thought, just carry on doing the dance, not sticking and moving, setting his feet when he could, landing some flurries, some combinations. But when it's a close fight like that, you see it all the time. Like when Teofimo Lopez fought Lomachenko, he didn't know about if he was down, but it was a really close fight. How did he win the fight? He went out and he won the championship rounds. This is the thing, yeah. And if you think about Beterbiev, has never gone the distance before. To win the last two championship rounds and the work rate that he's shown for a 39-year-old man, that is a Terminator. That is a proper Terminator because, right, that's it. No matter what, I need to win these rounds. And he fucking went out there and he fucking did it. And Bivol fought back. He stood there, he traded with him, tried to stand his ground, but in them firefights, he could only do it for a little bit longer, and he's just not strong enough. And in the rematch, I'm kind of thinking I think Bivol might win if he just be more disciplined. All that standing and trading with him, forget it. Make it boring. Keep sticking and moving like he did in the first 4 rounds. And if he catches you, just run away, reset, and then carry on with the game plan.
That's what he has to do to win, because he ain't going to stop Beterbiev. So that's what he has to do to win.
Yeah, and I think he just thought, like, I'll hold my ground with him because I have to. But something like in round 3, like he got greedy. He was landing on Beterbiev. I think he hit him with about 4 or 5 punches, and then Beterbiev landed 1 punch, and he fucking went flying across the ring. And then he's like, right, now it's my turn. That's one round that he could have stolen. Some people gave it to Beterbiev, I didn't, because I just thought it's a bit unfair when Bivol is just winning the round, and then Beterbiev just lands 1 counter punch in the middle of a flurry, and then lands a few more hard shots and wins the round. I thought, no, I'm gonna, even though it was quite exciting at the end of the round, and he knocked him across the ring, but I still thought Bivol won that round. But yeah, I just think Bivol, because he's a bit younger, and if he's more disciplined, he can win. And obviously, where he's been, but the thing, what Bivol went wrong, he's never fought anyone like Beterbiev. So at the end, he's never needed to turn it on the championship rounds in his life. He's never had to, because he's always just been in cruise control in every fight. So I think that might have been a bit of a hindrance to him or whatever. So yeah. And that's that's my take on it, really. Like, I just think Bivol just didn't do enough.
Yeah, it's fair enough. It's fair enough. I think it's but the inquests are going to go on. Apparently Bivol's team are appealing or something. I don't know, some inquests going on. But hey, listen, we'll see. We'll no doubt get a rematch, and then
we should get the rematch.
Yeah, and then that's it, really. You know, there's
there's not much else to talk about, like, apart from all the all the crying about robbery and all that shit. But like, it's but overall, great night of boxing. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and hey, December back in Saudi again. So that's it for the Boxing Bros. Boxing Bros. That was a great fight. Great fight. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Nice one.